B-Man is back.
Oh, okay, Jay, boys, try it again. Oh my gosh, the man got that stuff. This is a 5 out of freaking 5.
It is beat making time.
Next week is E3 week. My album comes out next week.
I have delivered.
This is your boy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash the True Inferno. And we got another Overwatch gameplay for you. Now this is a weird one because this is actually 2 gameplays here. The first one, I don't know what happened. It ended prematurely, as in me and my squad was about to win. And then we found the second game and, you know, we took care of business there. But the topic I want to get into is a topic I've been meaning to do a year ago. Yes, you heard me right. I've been meaning to speak about this topic 1 full year. I crap you not. And yeah, I did my research on this topic as far as like when I wanted to originally do this topic, and I learned that it was actually like 3 days to a year ago. I crap you not. Or yeah, 2 days to a year ago. I'm sorry, but yeah, at least, you know, around that area. But anywho, and the topic is this: consoles against PCs. Now, yes, I am a bit late to the party regarding that, but I still want to talk about it because it was brought to my attention recently, as me and some of the members of the Mob Squad, we were discussing, you know, but PC gaming. As one of my boys was planning on investing in a PC so he could play games like Overwatch and other games on the PC. And another one of my boys didn't necessarily like the idea. Now, I'm not sure he was joking. Like, he do like to joke around a lot. But, you know, hearing that, and I'm like, oh yeah, I did have a topic that I wanted to do. Now, the reason why I didn't do this topic over a year, because originally I did the research and I was ready to go. But then stuff kept happening regarding other topics, like more important topics, like, you know, current news or whatever. And it kept happening for a number of weeks. And then I just forgot about it. And up until now. So with that said, let's get straight into it. Now, here's the thing with me. I'll get more how I feel about the console war in a minute. Now, like I said, I had to do some research because when it comes to consoles, for the most part, I'm all up, you know, to date with the consoles. PCs, on the other hand, not so much. So it was a year ago, I found a website called gearnuke.com, and there was an article called PC versus Consoles, The Ultimate Showdown, done by Ali Moen. How you pronounce his name? Now, he did this article August 7, 2014, so around 2 years from now. How ironic is that? I want to do the topic a year from now, and this article was posted 2 years from now. So that's crazy. Now, if you were to read this article, look at the images he used and some of the things he said, you could tell he slightly favored PCs more so than consoles here. But he tries to be biased, and in the most part he was, but there's a few issues with the article. Not major ones, but there were some issues there that lead me to believe that he favors PCs over consoles. So let's get straight into it. So he broke this down into 13 categories. The first category was non-gaming uses. I mean, an unimportant category, but you know, one nevertheless. And he said PC was the winner in that one, and I agree, but barely. And I say barely because with the consoles, they now basically act like Blu-ray players. You can watch streaming services on there like Netflix and Hulu, Crunchyroll. Now keep in mind, when he did this article, we are like smack dab a year into the release of the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. So in this article, he mostly, when it comes to what specific consoles he talks about, he mostly refers to the PS3 and the Xbox 360, and don't really mention the Wii or the Wii U. Like, he did mention some PS4, Xbox One in there, but not a lot. So even, like I said, even when you go back to the PS3, you know, the PS3 was a Blu-ray player, and they had the streaming services, you know, like I said, Hulu, Netflix, things of that nature. And there's so much more on these consoles now. Now, granted, the PC, yeah, you can look up the internet, you can scan stuff, you can email stuff, you can print stuff, things of that nature. Console, you can look at the internet, but it's more convenient on the PC than it is on a console. So yeah, that's why I say PC. That's why I agree. PC wins in a non-gaming use, but barely, because the consoles are catching up when it comes to non-gaming usage. Now, as far as console, the next category is console. I mean, it's cost flexibility, and he said PC wins, and I agree because yeah, you know, you can spend a lot of money on a PC and get that mug to be top notch. You can't necessarily do that on a console. Once you get the console, for the most part, that's it. Yeah, you can increase the hard drive like I did with my PS4, and you can do that on the Xbox 360, and you can like do it on the PS3. You gotta really get into it, but it's not the same as a PC. Now, speaking of cost, the next category is a fixed budget. So this is the opposite of a cost flexibility, meaning you are on a tight budget. Consoles wins, and I agree, because you may not have the money like that, but you may have enough just to get either a console or a $400 computer, PC rather. And nah, if you're trying to game on the PC, you're gonna need more than $400. So yeah, I agree with the fixed budget category. Console wins that one. Upgrades and repairs, that one PC all day. I agree with that one as well, because I mean, you know, they got the internal updates that, you know, they force you to download on the consoles, but on the PC, obviously, it's more flexible in that category. Now, ease of use. This is console, obviously, because all you do is like if you get a new console, you hook it up, let it do its update or whatever. You put the game in, boom, you all set. With the PC, there's so much more you got to do. It's really crazy. So yeah, I agree with that. I think consoles won that one with ease, to be honest with you. Because like I said, with a console, you gotta you know, put the disc in and download the game. You got to then install the game, and then you got to install the companion app, which is required for some games. Enter the key to activate the game. Select recommended settings based on what your PC can handle, and then that's it. But on the console is you put in the game, download the game, install some files, and that's it. So yeah, there you go with that. Now the next category, and this is like one of those less important categories, and that's the controller. And he says that the PC won. I agree, but barely, because yeah, you know, obviously with the PC, you can plug up a PS4 or Xbox One controller or P3, Xbox, you know, on your PC. You can also put in like an arcade style controller, you know, the joysticks. You can put in like a racing wheel and things. You can plug up a crap ton of accessories on your PC to make your gaming better. But you can somewhat do that on a console as well. I have seen racing wheels for the console and other stuff for the console. It's just like they're harder to find, in my opinion, for a console than they are on PC. So that's why, yeah, I agree that PC won the topic of controllers, but barely. The next top category is mods and treats, and that's PC all day. Without question, that's PC. Now, here's where things get interesting. I've been agreeing with this guy in two cases, barely, but for the most part, I've been agreeing with this guy up until this point. Games and exclusives. And he said it is a draw. And he said they both got their own exclusive titles. And I'm like, no, this is where I stop agreeing with the guy, because yeah, obviously PC, they got games like League of Legends and World of Warcraft and Counter-Strike, but at the same time, are those games on the same level as Legend of Zelda? You know, Super Mario Kart, Uncharted, you know, the Uncharted series, Halo, you know, are they on that level? No, they're not on that level. Like some of them are, but not all of them. Not all of them. It's not even close. So, yeah, that's why I say it's not a draw. Console won that one. And to me, I wouldn't say they won it with ease, but it's not barely either. But console won that one, in my opinion. Now, the next one is games and prices. And this one, dicey. He said PC wins. And I agree, but his examples was off. So let me read some of what he said real quick. So obviously he mentioned the Steam store. And he talked about something, and I quote, "You can buy some great games such as Far Cry 3, Grid 2, etc. all for a mere $7.49. Moreover, many games such as Witcher 2, Assassin's Creed, Amnesia, etc. all cost less than $5. And I looked those games up as soon as I read that, and I'm like, they don't cost that. You know, they don't cost that. And keep in mind, when he wrote this article, this was in 2014. And when I looked these prices up, it was a year later. So you would think that these games would cost cheaper than what he said, or it still cost the same as far as what he said. Nope, they cost more. And I'm like, so his examples were off. But the fact that he got PC renting, yeah, that's on point. And here's the reason why, and here's why I said dicey. You can get some of these games that are on consoles, you can get them on PC for free because of piracy. Yeah, so, you know, people be sharing these games online, for as I know of, and you can get them for free. Now, if you were to compare the prices legally, I still got to give it a PC because of Steam. You can get some of these games cheaper. Now, obviously, the consoles have improved with, you know, their monthly rewards for Xbox Live users and PlayStation Plus users, as far as like you can get them for X amount of cash or really get them for free, things of that nature. But again, you have to be a PlayStation Plus member or an Xbox Live member, meaning it costs money. Unless you're on the PS3, then that joint was free. But aside from that, no, actually no, that's not true. I take that back. PlayStation Plus costs. So yeah, that was never free. So it's not, yeah, so you have to be a PlayStation Plus member, which costs money. So you still have to pay to get the games for free. So you see what I'm saying with that? While on the PC, you don't have to do, and as far as I know, you don't have to do none of that crap and still get those games for free. So yeah, that's why I say it's a dicey subject, because if you're going by anything goes, then you can get any of these games for free. But if you're going by legally get these games, it's somewhat close, but I still gotta give it to PC. Now, here's a category, and this is another dicey category, but for a completely different reason. Backwards compatibility. He says PC wins, and I disagree in the sense of this whole category should even exist to begin with. And here's why I say that. He mentions how you know, referring to the PS3 and Xbox 360, although they changed it, how you know, like they're not backwards compatible. The earlier PS3s were, PS4, Xbox One at the time were not, but now they fixed that. But on the PC, he's mentioned how you can play some old games on the PC, and they got emulators and things of that nature. And I'm like, wait, here's the problem with that. You gotta look at it like this. The term backwards compatibility. What does that mean? What that means is you played a game that was on a system previous to the newer one. So, you know, there's no such thing as the pre-computer, or there's no such thing coming out soon called the PC2. No, it's always been a PC. Yeah, there's different brands, different models of a PC that have different game cards and things of that nature, but I have always been known as a PC/computer. So there's no PC1, PC2, PC3 like there's a PS3, PS4, things of that nature. So that's why I think backwards compatibility shouldn't even be a topic to begin with. Now, moving on. Next one is graphics. Now, this is PC all day. I agree with that one. Now, optimization, though, is console. And I agree. Because with the PC, yeah, you got the highest graphics, but sometimes you have to deal with the, I wouldn't say lag, but the shuddering and, you know, the skippiness. Like, even some of the third-party games, like the Batman, Arkham Knight. Like, some of the games that work fine on consoles won't work on PC. So, yeah, and obviously, you know, we heard about Batman, Arkham Knight, a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games, which was for PC only, but it was still having issues, and to this day, as far as I know, it still have issues. So, yeah, as far as optimization, consoles got that one. Now, the last category was future-proof, aka longevity, and that he said consoles, and I agree, because we've seen this time and time again, for the most part, with, PS3s and Xbox 360s, they last for 6-7 years, and like I had my, and they still good. PS2, same thing, and the original Xbox. With consoles, though, you have to upgrade the computer chip. You have to upgrade the graphic card. You have to upgrade this. You have to repair that. You know, all that stuff. And yeah, obviously the console had their issues, but for the most part, in general, the consoles have a better longevity than the PCs. So yeah, there you go with that. And by his counts, he got 1 of them as a draw, 4 he awarded to the consoles, and 7 to 8 PC, depending on if you count that backwards compatibility case. In my case, I got it as 7 to 5 in favor of PCs, but I feel like there's 3 categories that are worth more than the others, and those 3 categories are ease of use, games and exclusives, and future proof. And in that regard, I have consoles winning by 1, 8 to 7. And I say worth more than others, like twice as more as others. So, and then if I were to use that and apply it to what he got, it would be 7 to 8 in favor of PC, 6 to console. So, yeah, there you go with that. Now, as far as, with all these numbers and these categories, do I have a problem with either one? No, no, I really don't. Because obviously throughout the majority of my life, I've been a console player, but I have game of the PC. I played Tribe. That was a really good game, phenomenal game. I played the first Rainbow Six game on the PC. And of course, a game that some people may laugh or groan at, Mario Teacher Type. And that was like way back in the day, in my elementary school days. I think I was a 4th grader or a 5th grader, one of them. But, yeah, so bottom line is I game on the PC. Do I want to game on the PC in the near future? Yeah, once I get the money, then I can invest in a really good PC, soup that joint up and go from there. But at the same time, I'm not abandoning consoles, because even though PC to me is better in terms of graphics and you get the games at a very good price, but the console is slightly, I'm going to say it's more popular. I'll say it's slightly more popular, if it's that at all. It could be a toss-up for popularity. But for, the majority of my boys, they're on consoles, that I play with, whether, boys I know personally or boys that I know online, it all consoles. So, yeah, there you go with that. And the reason why I wanted to do this topic was because a year ago, the Gaming Illuminati crew would crack jokes, not dog, but crack jokes on console players. And then, some of their fans or some of their viewers and subscribers who watch the videos, the majority of them are console players. So, there's a little bit of trash talking back and forth. And I'm like, does it really matter? And, it don't. So, yeah, there you go with that, man. This game been over and, I did my thing. Now, this is a 2-part topic because next week I'm going to talk about how the consoles are merging with PCs. Yeah, so yeah, y'all probably heard the news. Obviously, if y'all seen E3, then you know about what Microsoft doing with Windows 10, aka PCs. And now there's the latest rumor that Sony could be doing their PlayStation, what is called that service? PlayStation Now service, I believe, and having that available on PC possibly next week in Europe. So if both of them go to PC, that will completely change the game. And I'll talk about that next week. But yeah, man, y'all know who this is. This is the new Jay Gatsby, a.k.a. the new Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all. And a reminder, tomorrow is my birthday. Yes, so I got a special Throwback Tunes episode for y'all. But until then, man, peace out, y'all. And I'll see y'all next time. Yeah. Men Be Men is back. Yes, and this is the 10th edition. Yes. So we finally made it to number 10, which was pretty funny because I thought I took care of all the Men Be Men topics and things of that nature. And then I found a file that had a bunch of topics I did not even cover. So yes, this is 10 and there's going to be an 11. Not next week though, but soon.